Well, hey there, friends. Good morning. It's 5:49 a.m. and we're about to get started a bit later than usual. But I had a late night yesterday um, at work, so that's why we're starting slightly later than I normally would. Just setting up the timer. We're going to do some mobility work today. By the way, that's 2 days in a row that I feel I don't sleep enough, didn't sleep enough, so tonight definitely going to go to bed on time. We need 40 seconds on the first timer, 5 seconds on the second, because we're going to be doing some mobility this morning. How are you doing this morning? I hope you're doing all right. I hope you slept well or had a good day. I'm doing all right, and I am now here ready to do some mobility work. I also had 2 glasses of wine yesterday with dinner, one and a half. Oh, so that combination is, how should I put it? Well, that's a combination that makes getting out of bed early not the best option, but here we are, not too early. I gave myself an extra 45 minutes of sleep this morning. Um, and the commitment is that we do this every day, show up and do the work. So a day of less sleep, especially when you've had a few drinks, is on me. So I should own it and just be here. Good morning, Evalis. How are you doing, buddy? I hope you're doing well. Fervent greetings back to you. Um, let's see. How's my arm? Given that yesterday I said it started to hurt, it is fine. The pain's gone away. The movement, I can move it. I can do anything I want with it. So I probably just made a slight wrong movement. Overexerted it yesterday during the training. So here we are. We're good to go again. My name's Toby. For those of you who are dropping by and watching, I train for living a self-sufficient, active, and adventurous life. I am 40 years old, and I understand that I might live to be 90. And when I get to 90, I would still like to have those last 10 years of my life be filled with activities and fun stuff. And that's why I mind my sleep, mind what I eat, work on my strength, work on my conditioning, and work on my mobility, and overall just generally try to lead a healthy and happy and stress-free life. So that's why we're here today. Um, this is not about the way I look, this is all about the way I feel. And I think we need to understand when we're on any kind of journey that we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. Because it's the person we are today who's going to get us to be where we want to be tomorrow. And the only way to get anything done really is by showing up and doing the work. So Ivanis, you're here watching again. I'm very happy to see you. Hope that anyone else who's dropping by and watching this comes and says hello in the chat. I always say hi back. And I'm going to get started with my workout. Walk like a traveler. That's funny. Thanks for making me smile, and I'm happy you're finding the content and video and the conversation we're having useful. And I hope you're doing well where you are in the world this morning or this afternoon. I think you're a bit further ahead than we are. I'm going to get started. We're going to get started with just some basic mobility work. And I had a good day yesterday because for work I got to meet a YouTube creator called Brownie, Stan Brownie. He's a Dutch fitness influencer. You might want to look him up. He actually creates transformation and challenge videos and does fun content about sports and fitness and health. So um, it was quite nice to meet someone who has accomplished some sort of success that I would like to, in some way, be able to breathing emulate. I don't think I'll ever get to 5 million subscribers, but it'll be nice to get to 1,000 probably. The neck, talking to 1,000 people about health, fitness, life, being a father, career, the challenges come with having a career. The things that we need to, that are fun and interesting to do. A W just working on the mobility there, my upper back. You're basically just hitchhiking your way through the exercise. Now we're going to reach up to pick some apples from the tree. So anyway, yesterday was a good day. Today's Wednesday. It's the middle of the week. October has started. We're in a good spot. I think in terms of work. We had a fun customer engagement yesterday, and a meeting like that always takes a lot of preparation, but it's nice when everything comes together. especially after 2 or 3 weeks of hard work. I see you've written another message. I'll read that in a moment. You know what the fun thing is about work in that sense is working together towards a shared goal and having all those difficult conversations with everyone in the room until you get the project to the point where it needs to be. That's, I think, part of where the fun and the growth, also the challenge, lies. But at our core, I think we're collaborative creatures. We like to work together, but we might have opposing desires or goals individually. We might also have opposing or conflicting goals from the organizations we work with. But whatever that is, I think the moment you step into a conversation where you can put those goals and objections into a spotlight, you often find that you actually have a lot in common around where you think this should go. And it is more about the disagreement, that is more about how to actually get there. And I think we sometimes would rather avoid that conversation, but the point is that for us to work and live together and actually understand each other, you need to go ahead and have those kinds of conversations regardless of how hard they might be. I think that is something that we sometimes forget. So anyway, reflecting on this, because I spent the last 2 weeks trying to figure out how to get 14 people to collaborate. I think the translator translated, well, I'm already driving home. You're driving home? That's good. Please don't be texting while you're driving a car, but I thought, or I think you might mean driving the train, which is good. And how was work? I hope we because I've been talking about work. I hope you've had a good day. Satisfying, fulfilling. Because I think that's important. Like I am currently quite satisfied with the state of things in my work. So yeah, because I think magic can happen when we collaborate well. It's also one of the things I talk about in my shorts when I talk about career and communication. And the interesting thing about doing well in my career, doing well with my health goals, is that there are so many similarities in understanding my motivation, having something to say myself about what I'm trying to accomplish and why, feeling that I have the skill, or I'm able to learn the skills that are going to help me accomplish those goals. And generally, just looking at my career, my work, showing up every day, doing the work, and big projects, you set aside 30 to 60 minutes every day over a long period of time. That's 5 hours a week. That's a full work week dedicated to a project. And I think we often forget how cumulative these kinds of works are. Ghost Phantom. Advice. I'm just showing up. Hey, Ghost Phantom, thanks for dropping by again. Let's see if we can talk about that in any way. If honest, I can't read that, but I think that is what you said before. I'll have to translate that. Maybe some tips for a beer belly. Hare Krishna. All right. Well, so let's take those one at a time. Hare Krishna and Ghost Phantom. Krishna, I don't know your situation, but thank you for reaching out and asking a question. I appreciate you showing up, first of all, and being interested, and I think also in maybe recognizing that for you, that size and shape is not exactly what you want or where you want to be at Otero Fitness. Thank you very much. But Hare Krishna, maybe it has, you call it a beer belly. Health and shape and size are related in a way, but they are different goals. So if shape and size is your concern, I think the general consensus is that we can change our shape and size first through what we eat and how much we eat, the energy balance, and second about how we move and what kind of movement we're doing, whether we're running or training for an endurance sport, or weightlifting or powerlifting or bodybuilding, or doing any kind of contact sport. So those are the two levers we generally have. And I think it's important to decide, what it is that you are most interested in. If it is losing weight, then generally a bit more movement with a better energy balance is going to do wonders. If it is building more muscle, and working on your general conditioning, strength, fitness, and thereby improving other health markers. It's about training with weights or doing things like mobility that I'm doing today. But it's slightly difficult across the camera to kind of walk through all of the options without knowing too much about who you are, where you are, because fitness is very personal. And like I sometimes say, like financial stress, family stress, or work-related stresses, or other things that have priority at the moment, and that just demand a lot of time. If you're working towards a degree, or have a big project at work that's passing 6 to 8 months, that causes us to eat different, but also sleep different, and therefore be at different levels of health. We need to consider all of those things. So just keep that in mind. But generally, the way to weight loss is through nutrition, and the way to change our general strength conditioning is through training. So I hope that helps Krishna, out of Krishna. And Ghost Phantom, and the motivation, a voice in your head telling you got this easy. I think we've lost that voice. Well, let's lend you that voice, and I think nothing's easy in life. Um, Everything worthwhile is worth working for. But I think we always have to show up and do the work. And for me, part of showing up and doing the work also sometimes is realizing that I'm not necessarily able to do the work. And it was like that for years in the past. We don't need to be too hard on ourselves if we feel we're dropping the ball 1, 2, 3 days, or maybe even for 2 weeks. When our first one was born, I went from being able to work out 5 times a week to a lot less. Then we had the second one, and they were both not, the youngest one, the baby, obviously doesn't sleep a lot. The oldest one was still having trouble sleeping. So I was always very tired and not in a mood to work out. And it was very hard to actually just drag myself to the gym once a week, even to keep working out. And the thing I learned from that period is that I was trying to be very hard on myself, that I was failing, that I had to do it, that I had to keep going, and that I was going to lose all of my progress if I didn't. But I think somewhere along the line it dawned on me, maybe a bit later once I was through it all, and I was able to pick up a healthy rhythm again, is that, okay, on pure willpower, I brute forced my way to the gym multiple times a week, at least once a week with a personal trainer to keep me accountable because I was paying for it. But I could have been a bit more forgiving to myself and understood that where I was in life, I was not sleeping well, therefore I was not able to eat well, and therefore I was not able to recover well. I was not that much in the mood for training because there was something else that was more important, which was making sure that the children, my wife, my family was doing all right. So Ghost Phantom, sometimes take a step back and see the bigger picture of us wanting to go to the gym but not being able to because life circumstances aren't enabling us. And I think we're much better served in trying to understand which life circumstances are nurturing our healthy habits and which life circumstances are depleting or taking away from what could keep us healthy and fit and strong and conditioned. And then focusing on fixing those circumstances, making those a bit better, or accepting them the way they are, if there's not a lot you can do to change them. Because if you fix those parts of your life, or maybe they're not broken, if you change those parts of your life, maybe all of the other stuff becomes a lot easier. And it's very easy to just say, show up and do the work. It's one of my mantras, and I understand that. That sounds cool. And that it is very forceful, like if you're you're not working out every day at your hardest, then you're not getting the most out of life, and yada yada yada. I don't buy that. No, I think everything has ups and downs in life, and we need to accept those curves. We'll be happier if we do, but we also can just focus on what we can do in the day. So we can't do a gym workout. Okay, we can just go for a walk. Once we start moving, maybe other things will start moving as well. So I hope that helps a little bit, because wherever you are in life, your fitness, your journey is very personal. Um, but we also need to love ourselves before we can move on, and accept where we are before we can make a change. So I hope that that helps. Otero Fitness, thanks a lot. Amritz, hey, wow, it has been a long time. I hope you are doing well. Thanks for dropping by again. I'm glad it still popped up in your feed, and I hope you're doing okay where you are. And yeah, thanks for saying hi and for coming by. It has been going great, actually. I think maybe last time I was at 400 subscribers. So things are slowly moving forward. Became a personal trainer, worked out my own programs, uploaded some more long form videos for follow alongs with the kettlebell. Got heavier kettlebells. Haven't gotten injured since. So yeah, life's pretty good. How about you? How are you doing? I hope you're doing okay where you are in the world. And thanks for dropping by and saying hi. Ghost Phantom. Very true. Life can change in an instant. And I think we need to be mindful of the fact that it can, both positively and negatively. And at the same time, that also means that the one week we have more time, the other week we have less time to work on our health and fitness goals. For the moment, this year, my life's been pretty organized and structured, so I've been able to do this nearly every day. But I'm 40 years old, stable job. Wife has a stable job. 2 kids, they're doing well. School, daycare, all those kinds of things. Everything's organized well. And sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes life's volatile. Sometimes you change jobs, you need to move. There are many things that might come up that might interfere with your goals. This is a good question, and I hope that something I said helps you think this through and kind of stay motivated towards your long-term goals. And if you can't find the time every day, that's all right. Maybe sometimes you can only find the time once a week. So just keep that in mind. That's a great question. And I can hear that it is raining outside tremendously. I'm not sure. I hope all the windows are closed. I'll have to go check on that in a minute after I make my coffee. We're coming to the end of my mobility routine, by the way. I'm going to do knee and ankle, Cossack squats. I'm going to have to hit the shower. And we're going to go back to work after breakfast with the family. That's what my day will look like in rainy Holland. Summer came and went, and autumn just dropped right in. And we'll just have to deal with that. Of course, Ghost Phantom, I could just tell you to subscribe to my channel, watch my videos, and follow along. But I don't think that's very helpful. I think it's always more helpful to, take a step back and look at life and look at where we want life to take us. Why are we doing this? What are things we enjoy that we can keep doing? And then figure out a way to do more of those. I'm just trying to figure out life. It's hard, but I keep showing up. See, there you go. And, well, I can tell you, life doesn't get easier. But that's okay, because it doesn't really have to. We just get better at it. And I think it's just life is unreasonable. We have the unfortunate task of having to move on, and having to go on with our lives. And that can be very hard. But we can, quite extraordinary in that way. We can. And the more we figure out about life, I think the more we learn. There's much more to figure out about life. I think that's one of the joys of living. But yeah, take it a day at a time. That's what I did. I made it to 40. I did some stupid things. I have regrets, also moments of great pride. And when I tally everything up, all the stupid things I've done, I try not to make the same mistakes again. Try to do better. And to be honest, I don't think there's a lot more we can do in life than that. And that's it for today, friends. We've been at it for half an hour. I'm feeling good. I hope you are feeling good this morning. And thanks for dropping by for the conversation. If Alice, get home safe from your ride for work. And if you can leave that text in a comment under another video or a short, I'll run it through a translator. I'm curious what you wrote to me. Jordan Gomez, hello. Thanks for dropping by and for saying hello. I hope you're doing well where you are in the world. I'm actually just wrapping up and finishing up with the stream. Ghost Phantom, thanks for dropping by, for asking a question. Stay well, stay centered and focused. And, I look forward to hearing from you in another video about what you've thought about, learned, or figured out. And we can continue the conversation, so do come back. I appreciate you dropping by, saying hi, and asking a question. Terra Fitness, same to you. Thanks for dropping by. Amritz, of course, Good to see you again. I hope you're doing well. Stay well. And Ara Krishna, thanks for the question, and good luck with the journey you were on. I hope there was something in the answer I gave that um, maybe was helpful or insightful for you. And to everyone else who's watching, thanks for dropping by. Thanks for saying hello. I appreciate that. I train for a living, an adventurous, healthy, and active life. I'm 40 years old, and I would like to be able to do all the things I'm doing today on my own when I hit 90 as well, and probably going to live up to being 100 if there are no major health incidents in my life. And I would like to reach 100 in a healthy and active way. This is not about the way I look, this is all about the way I feel. I want to feel strong, I want to feel healthy, I want to feel fit, I want to feel capable. And I think I've figured out how to do that for the moment by working on my sleep, my nutrition, strength, conditioning, and mobility, which is what I talk about on the channel. We're good just the way we are. I think we need to remember that when we're on any kind of journey. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. And before I wrap up, I'm going to read your final messages. Matt Fitness, how's it going? Thank you, I will. And thanks for dropping by and for all the support. I really appreciate that. From your handle, I can take it you're also into fitness and health. So it's nice to know that I'm not the only one out here with that specific interest because of all of the conversations and chats you're sending my way. It's midnight for me, so very well, friend. From you, thank you, and sleep well, and have a great day tomorrow. And like I always say at the end of my video, friends, the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So I'll be back tomorrow for another workout. Take care.